Well, this is sort of out of time and place. That's because we had a... What do we have?
Yellers, everybody. Yellers.
He's in the studio. Yeah, earlier in the day, lunchtime, when we usually go live, we had a lunch with a friend who's in town, and so that's the reason why I didn't go live, and here we are. We are live. I know. It's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. And Tom's in the studio. He's dressed like it's the 32 degrees here in California, even though it was like 80-something degrees today. What a great weather today.
Beautiful
huh?
day. Beautiful day.
I was all week in some training stuff and with people all across the country, Tom. And they, poor people, were like freezing. And then on Thursday, when I got into the meeting, I was like, guys, I got to confess something. I felt really guilty today because of how good the weather was for us and is. And so we got, I guess, about an hour to do this live. We didn't want to not to do it. And share it out, guys. God is good. Nick, what's going on? Saul was in the house. I have no idea what time it is in Australia. Hello there. It's late for you today. It is. Did you watch Mike Winger? I have not. Should rephrase that. So I saw very, very, very small portion of Mike Winger's stream today. And then I clicked back on it. I opened YouTube and clicked back on it. It was like 4 hours later, he was still live. So, one of these days, I'm going to watch what Mike Winger's reaction was to the Bethel situation. But I'm more invested in the last couple of days watching the Hellgate conversation on that Kirk Cameron released with our very good friend Dan Patterson, Paul Copan, friends of the ministry, by the way. And Chris Date. I think I've met Chris once, if I'm not mistaken, and Gavin Ortland. And I'm halfway through that. And man, it's so... it is... Tom, I don't think you've watched it. It's so refreshing.
You don't think I've watched what? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Hellgate.
Oh, no.
Conversation. It's so refreshing watching those guys talk to each other. So much respect and grace coming through their persons, disagreeing with one another, disagreeing strongly with one another, at the same time treating each other with dignity and love and Christian goodness and kindness. So I haven't finished that. Still watching that. Yep, that's where we're at. Man, I'm just realizing there's a bunch of people all live right now. I didn't think that would be the case. Okay. Other than that, we do want to talk about Dr. Oz. I got to pull that up. I want to pull that up on Twitter. I think I figured out that if you play videos on Twitter, it's a lot better than playing the YouTube equivalents of those videos in regards to getting flagged and all that stuff. Dr. Oz. Here's
There are medical buildings.
this guy.
Oh, what? I freaked out. Who is this?
Yeah, Dr. Oz.
No, who's outside your door?
Oh, it's my son.
Oh. I just saw a hand.
Tom thought we were gonna. He's so much in his phone.
Yeah, I just saw a hand.
He's so much in his phone.
No,
he's not paying
I'm just
attention.
sharing the links out and stuff, brother. I'm not just twiddling my thumbs.
I know. You're at it. You're working.
I'm doing my job.
Dr. Oz, the TV Dr. Oz. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he's a part of the Trump administration.
Mehmet Öz.
Mehmet
Öz.
Mahmut, the Turkish version of Mehmed or Muhammad, because there's 85 million equivalents to the name Muhammad. that our Muslim friends like naming their children.
Oh, is that what it is? Mehmed is Muhammad?
It's
Oh.
Ahmed.
I thought it was Mahmoud.
It's same thing.
Mahmoud.
Hamed, Muhammad. They're all the same variations, So Tom, you watched this, obviously.
Yes, I was there.
You were there. Let me see if we can get. Okay, this is him driving around Los Angeles, pointing out specifically for some reason Armenians.
They've got Cyrillic writing, Russian, Armenian writing. On both sides, there's lots of action, it seems. I don't know how many patients are getting care, but in this 4-block area in Los Angeles,
there's
there are
Hillary
42
Clinton
hospices.
Hillary.
So either there are a lot of people dying here, or you've got a fraudulent activity that is so good that everyone wants to get in on it. I'm in Van Nuys in Los Angeles, and this boarded up area above my head here
Hang on, I gotta go back on that.
This boarded up.
This is a Kilikia Art Studio.
All the fraud happening in the art studios.
Yeah.
Up area above my head.
This is the one that everyone's making fun of. No, we can see it on our screen, but you guys can't on yours.
Here.
Let me try to bring this down. Can I?
Oh, it zooms in. That's fine. He's gonna turn a little bit.
I'm trying to. Let me see. Maybe his. Trying to see if there's a way for me to. Okay, let's see if he turns.
A big hospice center. There are apparently quite a few hospices around here, 42 within a 4-block radius. And these guys stole $16 million. Listen carefully. The main guy went to jail for 2 years for stealing $16 million, which is a good trade-off for a lot of folks. And if you look at it, it's pretty in the script. There wasn't anyone really in there. They weren't doing any services. They just got an address they could claim was a hospice. And then they ran the business, claiming people were at home getting services, which they really weren't. What we have learned is there's roughly $3.5 billion of fraud taking place here in Los Angeles in hospice and home care. It's run quite a bit of it by the Russian Armenian mafia. You notice the lettering and language behind me is of that dialect. And it also highlights the fact.
Stop. Okay, this is hilarious. This guy doesn't know what Russian looks like. This is just the ignorance of it, right? Russian and Armenian writing look very different. Armenian is not Cyrillic, by the way.
Does that say Tarm?
Yeah, bro, it says Tarm lavash. It says fresh lavash.
Yeah.
It's written in English.
Yeah.
This is a bakery. It has nothing to do with medical fraud. It's like he randomly went to a place where it has Armenian writing and he was like, look, there's some Armenian writing here. Fraud happening.
Yeah.
This is an organized crime.
It's just like, it's so funny. It's like the worst.
By the way, they interviewed the guy that runs that place and he said his business is down 30% because of this.
Yeah, I mean, he'll sue.
Yeah.
Probably. A mafia deal
So
where
fraud.
you've got folks who have systemically recruited doctors to write false prescriptions. Hundreds of doctors participating. They've got 100,000 patients who they've tricked or paid to give them their beneficiary numbers so they can perpetuate the fraud. And then the criminals are just running the whole organization and quickly scurrying away when law enforcement does get around to prosecuting them. Unfortunately, in California, there has not been a lot of attention on these problems. That's going to change. The U.S. Attorney, the FBI, everyone's now focused on the fact that in this state, which has about $30 billion worth of home and community-based services, most of it might be fraudulent. Those are big numbers, and we're taking it seriously. The president's not going to tolerate this anymore.
Thank you, Dr. Oz. So a lot of people are going at him. The Armenian community is really going at him and saying, hey, man, you were like a snake oil salesman on your TV show advocating for random stuff that have no medical benefits and stuff like that. Look, for me, my response is generally going to be, obviously, Christian, level-headed. If there's fraud, catch people who are doing fraud. No question about it. Nobody's got an issue with that. Is there fraud? Yeah, of course there's fraud. There's no question about it that there's fraud. That's because Democrats have made it easy for people to commit fraud. There's no question about that. But that doesn't excuse the absolute ignorance of this guy.
You can see these are medical buildings.
Okay. that doesn't excuse the absolute arrogance of this guy to go around and I just want to show you guys. This is what the Russian alphabet looks like, folks. That's the Russian alphabet. Okay? That's the Russian alphabet. Now I'm going to show you what the Armenian alphabet looks like.
Their B is a V. That's interesting.
Yes. Yes, it is. This is what the Armenian alphabet looks like. It's not so like they look nothing alike. Just tell me you don't know what the heck you're talking about without telling me you don't know what the heck you're talking about. So the question we always want to ask is it true? Is there fraud happening? There is fraud happening. I've actually mentioned, we've mentioned on our streams that there's fraud happening. There's obviously fraud going on. But is there fraud going on particular to the Armenian community? In Los Angeles? Yes. There's no question about that. But there's also fraud going on particular to the Jewish community and all other, like Los Angeles is an extremely diverse place. I'm sure if you go into Chinatown, you're going to find fraud happening.
Yep.
Right. And so now what complicates this is that Dr. Mehmet Oz is a dual citizen. Did you know this, Tom?
Yeah. I know he was born in Ohio, and then he served in the Turkish military.
So this guy went back and served in the Turkish military, and he is a dual citizen of Turkey. By the way, he has the most Mongolian Turk name on the planet. Just want to point it out here. His name is Mehmet Cengiz Oz.
Yeah.
His name is Cengiz. You know who was named Cengiz?
Genghis.
Cengiz Khan, the great Khan. Temuchin, the Mongolian warlord, was named Cengiz. And so what people are saying is that he's essentially bringing his personal dislike of Armenian people into this conversation. And there's racial stuff essentially aligned with that. Is that beyond the realm of possibility, Tom?
No, I think it's very possible.
Did we vote for this stuff as Trump voters?
No, I can't stand Mehmet Oz. Mehmet Oz literally lost to John Fetterman, right? Wasn't that in Pennsylvania? I think that was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And
he lost to a guy that had a stroke, man. Like he
Fetterman's looking good, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Fetterman's all right. But yeah, like
so, as a child, he spent summers in Turkey, served in the Turkish army during the 1980s for 60 days after college to maintain his dual citizenship. And so he's a dual citizen. And somebody could argue, hey, there's... by the way, I'm not a big fan of people being dual citizens and serving in the United States. Like, you can be dual citizens. I don't have an issue with it. But I think if you're going to get into politics and serve in politics, especially on a federal
except
level,
if you're from Iran, because we have no choice.
Well, yeah, because they don't get rid of your citizenship.
Not we can't. There's no possible way to do it.
Currently, yeah.
So I'm a dual citizen, but I renounce Iranian government.
Listen to me.
Ayatollah Khamenei, if you're listening to me.
Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Listen to this man.
Peder sag. I renounce my Iranian citizenship.
Take it away.
Take it away from me today. I want a receipt on my Instagram account of my citizenship being taken away.
On Twitter. He's very active on Twitter.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and so, look, if there's fraud going on, the first question I ask is, if there's fraud going on, go ahead. Go after the people, because they make everyone's lives kind of sucky. But be fair about the way you do that. And if it is community-centric, that's fine. Go for it. But when you're an individual, I was watching these non-Armenians talk about this, and they were cracking up over it, by the way. And one of them said, it's like selecting a German guy to go to the Jewish community and be like, look, these Jews are doing fraud.
Yeah.
Like, it just, even the optics of it is just like pretty bad, So yeah. That's our comment on it. I think there's ill motives here.
Oh yeah.
Though there's truth in it. I mean, all Armenians look like Irishmen.
Well, you know what? Like
Look
that
like it.
truth. Let me tell you why that truth doesn't matter. But I'm not just capping here. The Armenian community is not like, I don't nationalistically defend my community, by the way, just to put that out there. We've always said, like you said, there's a bunch of fraudulent activity happening in the Armenian community. We're known for that. It's a stereotype, especially with insurance and car accidents and stuff. No doubt. Like every Armenian knows that. You can't lie to yourself. Definitely a minority. It's a joke when they say, like, dude, like you all got to see some of the businesses
Fraud
and stuff.
numbers, yeah.
No, I'm not talking about fraud. I'm talking about some of the legitimate businesses
yeah,
Armenians own and run, and
Yeah.
they're incredible, genuinely incredible people. I wish I was Armenian. But I'm a Calvinist. I can't be an Armenian. But what I was gonna say is the reason his truth, the reason the truth about the fraud coming from his disgusting mouth doesn't matter is because he rejects a truth much greater than fraudulent Armenian behavior, which is the elimination and genocide of 1.5 million Armenian people at the hands of his ancestors. So to me, it's always very rich, right? Like if you're rejecting that atrocity, and then you're all of a sudden saying, "Hey, I'm not out here to pick on the Armenian community. I'm just here because I care about the truth." It's like, no, homeboy. If you cared about the truth, you would first say, before you went to the Armenian community, you would say, "Hey, listen, dear Armenian people, I know my Turkish ancestors committed genocide against you. I apologize for the genocide." And then down the line, if you came and you started investigating a community, the conversation wouldn't be the same.
People would respect
the
you quite a
pushback
bit.
wouldn't be like this. But you're a fraud that like you reject something that's historically like proven. Like historians have talked about this. Almost nobody outside of Turkey rejects the Armenian genocide. Like, except I think it's like Pakistan or something that's like, it's like two countries, but you like deny that, and then you walk into our community, and then it's even funny. It's not that you're even saying there's fraud. You're saying almost all of these have nobody in there with like zero facts. Like even if that was the case, you're presenting no facts except that $116 million thing. But you're
But those people had been actually arrested.
Yeah.
Whose fault is it that they only went to jail for 2 years?
But that's the thing. Like you're actually not presenting how the Lavash, the bread company, is committing fraud, or the art studio at the top. You just want us to believe you. Like, trust me, bro.
Well,
but then like you deny something that's completely like documented.
Yeah, he's obviously doubling down on the situation in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Right. The only difference is the situation in Minnesota where people were showing up and actually seeing if there's anyone in there or not.
Yeah.
Now that's essentially what needs to happen. Show up to these locations and see if there's anyone in there, and then deal with it as it comes.
And I'd like to see by the way, I'd also like, if you're going to compare Minnesota to California or to the Armenian community in Los Angeles, I would also like you to compare crime rates, net positivity to society, housing prices, small businesses, what effect they've had on the U.S. economy as far as inventions and all these kind of things. So like you want to be a douchebag, at least be a fair one, right? Yeah. Like at least be like, the Armenian community has committed fraud, but also they've done more than any of my loser Turkish ancestors have done in the United States of America. Like at least like, you know, like be legit in that comparison. So you know what? Honestly, I would say this. I would say no Armenian stands for fraudulent activity. I hate it. Yeah. I wish that stereotype wasn't true. A lot of it is. But honestly, Mehmet, sometimes it's just better to...
Sometimes it's better to...
Sometimes
it's just better to shut your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Dr. Mehmet.
Yes. His name is Mehmet Cengiz Oz.
Yeah.
Like the wizard. Is that actually his last name, or is that like a TV last name?
Probably it's his last
Turkish. name. Oz.
Some Armenian made a little...
Hang on. Listen.
Mehmet Cengiz Oz.
Yeah, it's Oz.
Oz. Oz.
Like the wizard.
Yeah. Anyways.
Like the wizard. Okay. Is he Turkish? Yes, he is Turkish. And then that's where again the pushback's been. Hey, why is this Turkish guy targeting Armenians? Considering that, lots of the issues are clearly not resolved between Armenians and Turks, and he knows that very well. He knows that very, very well, and I think he's doubling down on that. Jerome says you can't lose your citizenship even if you want to.
No. So because there's no U.S. embassy in Iran or Iranian embassy in the United States, you can't actually go and renounce it. You would have to go somewhere where the embassy exists, risk walking in and renouncing your citizenship. So I don't know someone who's done it. I think it's possible. I would have to fly to France or something.
Qatar, bro.
Or Qatar, and then walk in to the mullahs and be like, I am Tom Cachador, and I renounce they'll be like, who the hell is this guy? I renounce my citizenship. I want to run for mayor of Glendale.
One of these days.
I want to renounce my citizenship.
One of these days.
I hate, by the way, the Iranian government and how disgusting and nasty they are and what they've done to the people.
Yeah.
The reports are 15,000 to 40,000, somewhere there. Numbers aren't I don't know how
Bro,
they do that.
It's insane. Yeah, the numbers are through the roof, Tom.
Yeah,
they're
really evil bastards, man, and that's just the truth. I'm not even trying to be I'm not even trying to talk like that just to talk like that. They're genuinely disgustingly evil people. So I just hope man, I just hope something really terrible happens to them. I mean, we know in eternity. And these are moments that I'm so grateful that I believe in eternal conscious torment, because some of these people, when people go how could you actually want people to burn in hell forever, right? Well, that's not what I want. I want people to come to the understanding that Jesus is Lord and repent from their sins. But those who commit these kind of atrocities are unrepentant. Homeboys, I have zero issues sitting there and thinking about this person being sent to eternal torment forever. I'm sorry, I just have zero issues.
Why are you picking a fight on the annihilationists right
now? No, I'm just saying, I have no issues. How could you just believe that a loving God torments? Oh, no. How could you believe that an evil dictator who's killed 40,000 of his own people, shot them in the head, parents are crying and mourning on the street, the guy's still threatening them and stuff? How could you believe that? That guy doesn't deserve eternal punishment. I totally believe he does. Yeah. So
typical Calvinist can't lose his salvation or his citizenship.
That's good.
You can take a flight with Tucker Carlson. Dude, Nick is on a roll today.
Nick, you should have been a stand-up comedian. Pastor wasn't the right position, brother. I'm telling you.
I know, comedian would have been. I met the most beautiful Persian couple 2 days at the dog park. They broke my heart. They won't have children due to their trauma and the saying in Persian, which goes, "Children will inherit parents' pain." Can you translate that into Farsi? How's your Farsi?
I can't, honestly, but that definitely Sawa, that sounds like something they would say.
I know that this experience Sawa is sharing is true.
Yeah, very accurate.
Because every time you talk to a Persian, they say there's a saying in Persian. There's always a saying in Persian.
Yeah.
In Farsi, there's always a saying in Farsi, and so.
Persian, bro. Just say Persian.
No, Farsi is okay.
Just say Persian.
Farsi is the language. The thing is that people in Iran aren't even getting married, let alone having children. Young people. Iran has one of the largest young populations on the planet.
Yeah.
And they're not even getting married because of this stuff. Because they don't want their children. They don't want to create a family that's just gonna be in the hell of existence.
I mean, they just shot a biker lady. I forgot what her name was. So she was a Iranian biker girl that would post videos and stuff like that biking, and they said she had a biking accident and died. Right. And it was everyone's like, bro, you guys
just like how the Russian diplomats accidentally fall out of buildings.
Yeah.
Or their helicopters crash.
So. Yeah, a lot happening in the world, guys. I don't know if you said this too, by the way, but I heard somebody else say it. I think every single Christian that cares about any of these things happening should actually be very vocal about it.
Yes.
And look, if you have 200 Instagram followers, if you have 100, if you have whatever, just put stuff out there. You know what I mean? Just put stuff out. You don't know who you're going to affect. You don't know which one of your followers is going to be like, moved or enlightened or educated on something. Just put it out there. Like, it's not embarrassing. I post stuff on my Instagram all the time, and I have literally no kind of large reach at all. The people I reach are generally people I know. Like, most of my followers, I know they're part of my community. It's not like my voice is being spread out to like America or world nationwide. But just put it out there. Tell people about the things that are happening. Speak up. Don't just depend on other people to speak up. Your voice is important. These
That's
people
right.
care. I spoke to a lady from Iran yesterday on FaceTime. She's not my family member, but she's my wife's family member. And it was so sad because she was saying something like, "We're okay, don't worry about us."
They're listening to her, that's why.
And I was like, this is so sad. Like, what? Like, she's like, don't worry about, like, we do worry about you, and like, it's I feel like it's a coping mechanism. Like, we're okay, we're doing fine and stuff. It's like, and these people are just like completely on edge,
Well, the reason why they're saying that is, so one of the things they've been doing is when they reopened the internet and all that, is essentially that they're watching people making calls and listening to them. And when people call and say, whatever, this is what's happening, and they share the truth, then they come and get them. So it's another way for them to crack down on people who are anti-government. And so therefore, when you get into a conversation with someone from Iran and they're saying things like, we're okay, there's no issues here and stuff, their phones are being tapped, they're listening to them. And that's why they're saying all that stuff. In other news, as we move through this a bit quickly today, Tom, one of your favorite guys on the planet.
Yes.
Journalist Don Lemon, charged with federal civil rights crimes after covering anti-ICE church protests. Now, I wonder what the different, what are they called? Headlines are. Okay, so that's AP News, right? Journalist Don Lemon charged with federal civil rights crimes after covering anti-ICE church protests. Los Angeles Times, arrest of ex-CNN anchor Don Lemon in Beverly Hills raises First Amendment concerns. Former CNN journalist Don Lemon, this is ABC News, arrested following arrest over Minnesota protest. Don Lemon, New York Times, released without bond over Minnesota protest. Okay. The Guardian, the Brits. Who is Don Lemon?
No, they actually said that. That's hilarious. Who is Don Lemon?
Who is Don Lemon?
Why are you?
Why are you gay?
Don Lemon, why are you? Who is
Don Lemon?
Who is gay?
The ex-CNN anchor arrested over a Minnesota church protest. And former CNN anchor Don Lemon appears in court after being arrested over protest. Now, he was acting really stupid in that video, by the way, when he went in there. He's like, oh, I'm not with this protest. I'm just here covering it and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what the charges are and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
so there's a thing called, I'm assuming everyone here is interested in this, but there's a law that was passed called the FACE Act. And the FACE Act was passed by pro-abortionists who wanted to prevent.
Was this Clinton's thing?
I think the FACE Act was maybe passed. I mean, you can check. I know it was implemented more during Joe Biden than any other president, but you can check when it was passed.
1994.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton. Okay,
So,
go ahead, because there's some interesting stuff about this. Okay,
you want to say it? You can go ahead and say it.
So in the mid 90s, the anti-abortion crowd had like serious momentum in the United States, predominantly led by Christians, where Christians were blocking pathways into abortion clinics and protesting in front of them where people couldn't get there and all this stuff. And basically, they passed this law in which you get 2 years in prison for doing that. But then it's like incongruent with other things. Like if you go and chain yourself to McDonald's because they serve bad food, you get a ticket and all that stuff. So it seems like they're using this. I didn't know that they're using this.
So what happened with the FACE Act is, in order to convince the Republican senators to pass this law. What the Democrats did is they agreed to a provision, like an amendment in that law, which said that this would apply lightly to churches as well. So the language is actually in there, or not like Christian churches, but religious institutions.
Yeah.
So it was never applied to religious institutions, but it was applied heavily, especially under Biden, jailing, like sending literally grandmas, like 65, 70-year-old grandmas, the 10-year prison sentences. There's been interviews that these old nannies did after getting out, like after 2.5 years or something like that. So they abused these anti-abortion activists and sent them to prison using this law. So now the Trump DOJ is finally deciding to work. I put this up. I said they finally came to work after a year and 2 months. So after not doing anything else, they came out and they're using this law now to indict Don Lemon.
Okay,
and
so let me read this, by the way. So, passed in 1994, signed by President Bill Clinton, which prohibits the following. By the way, Bill Clinton, I think, is supposed to get arrested or something like that with his wife.
That would be nice.
For not contempt of Congress or something like that. For three things. Number one, the use of physical force, threat of physical force, or physical obstruction to intentionally injure, intimidate, intimidate, or interfere with an attempt to injure, intimidate, or interfere with any person who is obtaining an abortion. Number two, the use of physical force, threat, or physical force, physical obstruction to intentionally injure, intimidate, interfere with attempt to injure, intimidate, or interfere with any person who is exercising or trying to exercise their First Amendment right of religious freedom, which is the second clause. It seems like they're going after them at a place of religious worship. The intentional damage or destruction of a reproductive healthcare facility or a place of worship. So this is people blowing up churches or abortion clinics and all that.
Yeah, so Don Lemon is basically trying to say that I wasn't part of the crowd, but I was just kind of like a journalist there, like that just happened to randomly be at that exact church. But then there's like videos of him outside talking to the organizer lady, also saying like, yeah, let's go in there and do this stuff. And then while he's in there and he's actually like he's basically, he's not only saying that he agrees with it, but he's like egging it on. Yeah. And then he goes to that pastor and he like he's being disrespectful and stuff like that. But yeah, man, mess around and find out the Christian version. Like, there you go.
Yeah. So is I wonder if this will get anywhere.
So he was released on no bail because of course he was indicted for some reason in a California courtroom.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Even though it's a federal.
Yeah, it was probably a federal court, federal judge, but they let him off. Now, here's the trick. A lot of conservatives have been saying this. So if you try to indict this guy and convict him and you fail, he's going to come out as like a martyr.
Yeah.
But you got to not fail. Like, you got to push hard and actually put this guy in prison. This guy needs to do a prison sentence. It's not a First Amendment violation. That's complete baloney. It's absolutely not his First Amendment violation. He stormed into a church, right, as a hostile act, and he interfered and he intimidated. That's the important. So it's not just violence; it's intimidation or intimidation with with violence, with the intent to commit violence. So it's both of those. So this is not, look, this thing like the whole left is trying to do, and some of the libertarian right is trying to agree with, like, no, we'll stand for First Amendment rights anywhere. Second Amendment. It's like, no, dude, like, shut your mouth, man. Like, that's not true. Like, this guy could have just stood outside the church and done that. No one's stopping his First Amendment. You walked into a church service. You're not allowed to do that. It's clearly against the law. Your own law that you were a proponent for is coming now to bite you in your butt. Okay, so like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, buddy.
So why did this just in case some people, and I know there's at least one person that doesn't know what's going on. Why did they protest this church? What was the whole?
So the pastor there, or one of the pastors, I don't think it was the pastor he was speaking to, but one of the pastors there was somehow involved with ICE either an ICE agent or like someone who helps out ICE or whatever. So the church had someone, I think it's confirmed, that worked with ICE, so they decided to target this church. Like, what the heck does that have to do with anything? Like, am I allowed to, if I know an abortionist that goes to like a yoga class or something like that, am I allowed to just walk into the yoga class and disrupt them and cause chaos because I'm against abortion and then she's in a yoga class? Like, the two don't, they don't make sense. Like, the guy can have some kind of ICE job and he can also be a pastor in a church.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck does that have to do with each other? So it's like really weird to attack him. But why do you attack him at a place of worship? You could have done it when he was at a coffee shop, or if he was walking down the street, you could have walked up and nobody would have arrested you. It's your First Amendment right in public. But why do you do it? Because you're trying to intimidate. Because you're trying to. So this is all part of an effort, by the way.
They're trying to make a scene.
I'm not making this up. This is all part of an effort to attack MAGA Christianity. Hillary Clinton had a piece today, I think, on the New York Times or Washington Post, where she says, she put this up on X and said, as a Christian, it's disgusting to me what MAGA is trying to do with Christianity. And then she starts like name dropping people like Ali Beth Stuckey, like basically,
Really?
yeah, like, and then Ali Beth Stuckey retweeted it saying like, thank you for the name drop or something like that. But it's like they're trying to claim Christianity. So they're going into these churches because they want to say this is not how Jesus would have acted. Like, Jesus would have been anti-immigration enforcement. Like, just the stupidest thing in the world. And they actually think that people who don't care about the Bible, who don't care about Christianity, who don't care about apologetics, their faith, anything, think that they're gonna write a few pieces and go on camera and they're gonna like take Christianity to their side. Like, are you guys idiots? Like, we actually have people on our side who like actually love Jesus and follow the Bible and preach it and properly exegete it. Like, what the heck are you talking? Like, what do you think you're gonna do here? Don Lemon and Hillary Clinton. Like, Hillary Clinton coming out and claiming that she's a Christian to knock Christians is the greatest thing that can happen to Christianity, by the way.
I know. Huh?
Do you see it?
I'm trying to find.
It's her most recent. It's her most recent tweet.
No. Is it this?
What does she say? Yeah, that one right there.
I believe that Christians like me and people of faith more generally have a responsibility to stand up to the extremists who use religion to divide our society and undermine
and then
democracy.
there she tags her.
Oh, okay, so that's the...
What is that? The Atlantic? What a joke. The Atlantic. Like, it's like the most left-wing.
Yeah, Christians like her. Get a life.
Yeah, Christians like you. You loser.
You and Barack Obama.
Yeah. You and Barack Hussein Obama. The pioneers of the modern Christian movement. Fools. So yeah, like it's just people like this, you know. So clearly, Don Lemon was trying to harass religious institution, a
they
church.
want money from me to keep reading.
Yeah, don't give them anything.
Yeah, no, they're not getting anything.
So this is the reality we live with, which is when people try to tell me like, hey, like, why are you like a Christian nationalist and stuff like that? Well, because I'm like, these people are liars, dude. Like, these people are trying to basically say that MAGA is Nick Fuentes and Christianity. That's absolutely not true. Yeah. There's so many of us Christians who are level-headed on issues.
Nick Fuentes is as much as a Christian as Hillary Clinton is.
Yeah, like, dude, like what are you talking about, man? We're level-headed. We just responded to that ICE shooting of Alex Preddy, and we talked about how that seemed unjustified. Yeah. Like, there's hundreds of thousands of Christians talking about that stuff. It's so funny. People on my Instagram were like, where are all the Christians talking about this issue? And I was like, right here. Like, one of your followers.
Where have you been?
I'm right here, buddy.
This is Don Lemon talking.
Yeah.
We'll probably get flagged for this, but let's see it.
In Los Angeles.
Wow. Can everybody hear me? You guys set? Everybody ready? So look, I want to thank everybody for their support. It truly means the world to me. I have no idea what's going on because obviously I haven't seen anything. I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now.
Hey, why did he get fired from CNN?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I don't like. He's so irrelevant.
This very moment for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever.
Ooh, Martin Luther King Jr.
Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years.
Going into churches and stopping their worship.
and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court. Thank you all.
Okay, I'm glad. Let's see.
Yeah, me too. I look forward to his day in court. It's rich coming from these no one is above the law people that literally tried to put the president, the ex-president of the United States in jail, that sent the FBI to every single one of his advisors, went after conservative organizations like, what's that one that does like undercover?
I don't know.
A bunch of them stormed into a bunch of these people's houses, went after freaking the old mayor of New York City, and like, dude, these people are such hypocrites, man. I can't stand them.
Don Lemon was fired from CNN in April of 2023 after 17 years following a series of on-air controversies and allegations of misogynistic behavior. The decision came after he made controversial on-air remarks that female politician Nikki Haley, then 51, was past her prime. I guess that aged well, considering he's like on his phone going around it.
Yeah, seriously.
This combined with reports of a challenging work environment and falling ratings on CNN this morning led to his exit. That's a really nice way of putting it, I guess. Sexist comments, I guess. Workplace behavior.
Oh, you mean the guy that stormed into a church to bother a Christian service had behavioral
So
issues?
he said misogynistic things towards female colleagues at CNN. Man, why is it that leftists do stuff like this?
Yeah.
You know what the interesting thing is? I was watching a little, and this is an old clip of somebody interviewing white people about voter ID laws. Seen this interview?
No.
You've never seen this?
I mean, maybe I have. Where they give like a law that was passed by somebody else.
No.
That stuff. Man, light crowd today. Where's everyone?
I don't know.
What's
We're
going
out
on?
of time.
What's going on? Everyone's out on the Saturday.
It's Friday, bro.
Oh. Whoops.
I think this is the one.
Yeah.
See. I think this is the one. And then, so this guy goes and asks a bunch of white people about voter ID laws, and then he asks a bunch of black people about voter ID laws. Bro, you can't make this up.
I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California to find out if voter ID laws suppress the black vote. Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as to say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to.
Bro, how racist are some of these comments? Yeah. They're less likely. Well, it gets worse.
Have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMV.
These kind of people!
These kind of critters.
This kind of people don't know how to use the telephone.
Or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay.
Black people don't have access to the internet. Bro, you're so racist.
Service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works. A lot of people have smart.
This lady said black people don't know how the internet works.
This is such a good video.
Bro.
Phones, they might not have data. For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there.
But this is from 9 years ago, by the way.
Or like they're not informed. I also think there's a repression of like black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, like you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the like African Americans.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you know what an
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Bro, I love all these black people just looking at him like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Why are you asking us this?
Any black person doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has ID. Why would they think we don't have ID? That's a lie. Why would you say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
'Cause I have my ID and my friends have their ID, so like, we know what we need to carry around.
Everybody that I know have ID. Like, that's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with, ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
What is this, some type of trick candy cameras?
I know, right?
I love this guy. He's like, are you
At a prank show.
Is Ashton Kutcher about to pop out?
That's
and you're gonna
hilarious.
get
This is such a good video.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
Those legit IDs. I heard a lot also that black people can't figure out how to get to the DMV.
Really?
What does that say to you?
I know it's that. It's on 25th Street.
Do you know where the DMV
This guy knows the address.
On 25th Street and 3rd
They all know where the DMV is.
You know how to get there?
Yeah.
Would you have a problem getting there if you had to get there?
No.
I know these sound like silly questions. You know how to get the DMV?
Of course.
You know where it is?
Yes.
You can get there?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
Just checking.
Okay.
And I also heard a lot that black people, especially poor black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That was the most genuine smile in the world.
It's genuine in the sense of like, which idiot said that?
Oh, this is so good.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid can figure out how to work the internet.
I had access to the internet for years.
You know how to use it properly, right?
Exactly. I do it at work. So, of course, I know how to use it. My kids know how to use it. They all have iPads, iPods, whatever.
Your phone has data? You can actually
Unlimited.
Unlimited data.
I use my phone as a hotspot.
What does that say to you for the people who have this perception about you?
They're pretty much ignorant. That's my thought process on it.
I just think that's ignorant. Ignorant.
They're racist.
Very ignorant.
They're not ignorant.
Now,
they're
if you,
racist.
so this is what I wonder. I wish he had asked the question like, do you realize all these people are coming from like a liberal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been cool. I don't know. He might. Let me see.
Somebody say that?
I think it is a little racist because, you know, you're putting people in a category and you have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe a little bit of racist in it, but like I said, I think it's more stupidity and ignorance.
Judging somebody, like, but you judging them for they black, saying that they don't got it.
What people are they talking to? Who are these people talking to?
Do you have a problem that if you go to
That's
vote...
the
they say,
thing.
"Please
They're
see your
not. You know, that question is really good. Like, what black person are they talking to? And they're not. They're completely disconnected from minorities.
But those would be the people that claim they defend you.
Exactly.
Dear black community in America. Those people that said those racist things against you are the people who claim to protect you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the irony in all of it. That was a good video.
ID to make sure you are
It's
who
not
you say you are.
done.
I love showing my ID.
You got no problem with that?
Nope.
He's like, I love showing my ID. There's not enough problem showing it when I'm voting.
Problem if when you go to vote, if they say, "Can we please just see your ID to make sure you are who you say you are?" Do you have an issue with that?
No.
Would you have a problem if there was a rule where you had to show your ID in order to vote?
I don't think so. No.
Would you have an issue if there was a rule saying you got to show your ID before you vote?
Nah.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, I know that's old.
That was good.
But same sentiments, man. Like the thing that really bugs me, I won't speak about people like that. Like those people, like how do you speak about a group of people in the sense of like those people don't have access to internet?
Yeah.
Or they don't know how to use or they don't know where the DMV is. And then not catch yourself. Like, wow, I'm being extremely racist.
Because white liberals, especially women, white liberal women, want to lord over minority communities. So the only reason there's a perception that they have their back is to lord over them. It's literally not because like they don't live next to minority communities. They don't communicate with them. Their little cute liberal hipster coffee shops are not around minority communities. They don't have friends in minority communities. They don't donate to minority communities. They want the government to donate to minority communities so that they can have control over them. Like this stuff it's known now. This is not new news. But unfortunately, and this is a direct appeal to the black community especially, but all minority communities, is like seriously, like please try to wake up to these people. They don't have your good in mind. They don't care about you. It's all fake. It's all fakery. It's as fake as Mehmet Oz's documentary about a bread shop being a fraud location. Like it's that fake. These people don't care about you ever.
I put up so Gavin Newsom has doubled down on this whole issue of the whole Armenian community.
Yeah, now Mehmet Oz has us supporting Gavin Newsom. What a backwards world we live in.
So, well, no. Like he's essentially like going after Oz and like he's on the side of the Armenian community. And
Yeah,
all
that's
this
what
stuff.
I'm saying.
Yeah, and he. Oh man, where is it? Because I don't post many comments on Facebook, but I saw this video on Facebook, and then he's like, this small business owner has lost 30% of his business and all that, and then I wrote, as if this guy cared about small businesses.
Yeah.
And people are just loving that comment, man. Getting a lot of good reactions from, yeah.
Also, my dear conservative friends, if any one of you 8 are listening out there, 5 now, just don't be ignorant on the issue. Like, yeah, heck yeah, like, take these guys down. They're all fraudsters. It's like, dude, we were the ones. The Armenian community was the ones that stood up for parental rights, a super conservative
against
issue.
Antifa.
Yeah,
same exact spot.
When the rest of conservatism across the country, maybe outside of Virginia, were complete cowards on the issue, completely scared of Antifa. Most of American conservatives talk trash about Antifa. Okay, we smack them in their faces. Actually, like literally, smack them in their faces in Glendale, California, in front of the education building. We educated them on the education. I mean, I didn't smack anyone.
Yeah.
Like sometimes those are moments where I was like, man, I wish I wasn't a Christian.
One of those throwdowns was in North Hollywood. But,
yeah.
But remember when we were at that protest and Antifa showed up?
Yeah.
And they just like stood behind the fence and just cowered.
Yeah, like little cowards, little baby cowards.
By the way, again, one of these weird things is that like majority of them, women.
Yeah, of course. There's a great book that was once written.
Don't quote from my book.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that.
That's a gaff book right there. That's why corn tortillas in California are regulated, because Mexican women are too stupid to monitor their folic acid intake.
Who is this?
I don't know, man.
I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah,
that sounds like a Mehmet Oz.
Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about. These folks remind me of elitist Southern aristocrats, because that's what they are. They've just, I mean, it's the same Democratic Party, you could argue, right? It's the same Democratic Party. Jerome says, America confuses me because I can't imagine me attempting to go to a voting area and not bring my passport or an equivalent with me.
Wait, Jerome, you know what a passport is, brother?
Bro, like
Jerome, do you have Jerome, what are you using right now to watch this? Are you at a library using?
Do you have access to the internet? Bro, this is the crazy thing. I mean, we make fun of England a lot, right? Great Britain. And he's saying, I can't imagine me attempting to go vote without bringing identification.
Yeah.
And the liberals in America are fighting tooth and nail.
Yeah, it's the biggest issue for them.
It is. To not have people show proper identification.
Any identification.
Yeah. Sorry, any identification when they're voting.
Yeah.
Meaning you can walk in somewhere. Look, I can walk into any polling station and say, "Hi, my name is
just no
Tom.
Just no birth date."
I'm Tom X, Y, and Z, and here's my birth date. And that's information you can find out very easily. That's literally information you can find out on Facebook. Like what's his name? The false prophet. What was the fake prophet?
Yeah. Bolts.
If that guy can find, your relations and all that information, you can definitely do that and walk into a random polling station and vote under multiple people's names.
Yeah.
You can make a habit of it all day long. I went voting. I went to vote. I forget which election it was. I forced the people to take my ID card.
That's so funny.
They're like, no, you don't have to show it. I was like, no, I want to show it.
Yeah.
Take it.
I am who I say I am.
I was like, take it. Here's my ID. Take it.
Make a copy. Make a copy for yourself. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's great. It's so logical, right? Commonsensical that it'll reduce fraudulent voting.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know. For some reason, we don't know what we're too stupid.
Yeah, we're
too stupid to know what the reason might be, because this stuff doesn't happen in America. Come on. Why the Democrats would be so adamant about not providing identification when you vote. Could it maybe be that somehow they're benefiting from fraudulent voting? I'm just asking questions.
Yeah.
Could it maybe be like, I don't know, you go to sleep and the votes are at a certain percentage and you wake up and they've completely changed? I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
Just asking questions.
Just asking questions. That's a possibility. It's legitimately a possibility. Jerome says, one time I forgot mine and the lady sent me home.
Wow.
Racism, bro. Hey, in America, you could have sued them for racism.
Yeah.
Hey, they did that because you're black.
Yep.
Now it would
No, the funny part,
ironic if the lady was black who sent you home.
Now the funny part would be if the United States like passed a voter ID law, Great Britain would be the first to come out and say this is like racist. Guaranteed. Guaranteed they would be like, we can't have any Americans come speak at Parliament anymore because they've passed voter ID laws now.
Look at this. Jerome said, one time I forgot mine. The lady sent me home to get it. And I fully just said, oh, shame. That's such a British response.
Speaking of forgetting IDs,
shame.
I forgot my wallet today, and I was trying to get out of a parking lot, and I couldn't pay because I had Apple Pay. I thought like we live in America in 2026, there would be Apple Pay everywhere. There's literally Apple Pay at a Mexican fruit vendor on the street, and a gigantic parking corporation doesn't have Apple Pay. So I clicked the intercom. I'm like, hey sir,
and it was $2.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have my wallet on me. Is it possible for me to pay another way or something like that? And he's like, no. And then I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? He's like, well, you can either go to a bank and pull out cash without your wallet. By the way, you could go to the bank, or he's like, or you could ask another person that's leaving the parking lot to pay for you, and you'll Zelle them. And I was like, yeah. And then they would just drive away because that would sound creepy. I was like, there's nothing I can use. Like, yeah, sorry. And he just hung up. Like, he clicked the intercom. So I called Arthur, and Arthur came back and dropped his credit card, which I still have. Might be some new headphones and some new.
I haven't gone. And so Jerome said, I walked back to my house and brought it back. Jerome, you knew where the voting station was? You had access to directions?
Yeah.
People like you have access to directions, Jerome? You can read?
Oh, my goodness.
Still, that's the brain rot that's in American liberalism. And by the way, like a good amount of the people that he was asking that question to were college students.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
They're supposedly getting education. A really, really expensive education.
Education. That's good.
Man. Nick said we all know that the three of us are already on a no-fly list. I don't know about that.
Who's on a no-fly list?
Me, you, and Nick.
Oh.
Just like the one time they didn't have contactless payment at the beach, Tom.
Yeah, that's right. That's when Jerome almost
got in a brawl.
Got into an altercation.
Got in a brawl.
As we call it in the United States.
Got in a brawl. I want to watch one more video before we head out, guys. Because
guys, by the way, thank you for those who are here today. The rest of you suck if you guys rewatch this. Honestly,
no, bro.
You suck.
Some people just rewatch streams, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, come on, y'all.
So D Wood put up a video yesterday. I want to draw some attention to it.
I watched this.
They're killing it, bro.
Man, D Wood's got to be careful, man.
Bro,
Jeez.
look at this.
Yeah, I got to go do that right now too, actually.
Hang on. So here's what's going on with the whole situation with David Wood and Muslims who are doxing him and his family and all that stuff. We're going to speed this up. David talks really slow, so we'll speed him up to 1.5. And here's what the Dizzle has to say. Look at that look on his face. Look at the look on this guy's face.
Yeah.
Does this look like a guy that's going to stop?
It's 2026. The avalanche of apostasy is accelerating. The Dawa bros are panicking, and when they panic, they get even stupider. They get sloppier. They get more aggressive. They get more violent. They lash out in all directions. Earlier this month, TikTok jihadis doxed my entire family. They posted my home address. They posted my wife's phone number and started calling her in the middle of the night when I was out of town. They posted the address and phone number of a place she volunteers at. They're saying they're going to Charlie Kirk me. They keep saying they're going to show up at my door, but they're also saying they're going to kill me at DebateCon, which is 2 days away, so they can't make up their minds. They've been posting videos with pictures of my wife with gunshot noises, pictures of my kids. My days are supposedly numbered because the pop is coming when I'm in Houston this weekend.
Diddy Wood. Let's see how much longer you're going to last. Time's running out. Houston. Huh?
This dumb Dawa dork named Malik even flashed some cash because there's apparently a price on my head.
Hey, David. Bro, this guy can't be that stupid.
How is this not illegal, by the way?
Well, it has to be. I think it is in the state of California.
Wood. David Wood. I got something for David Wood. David Wood. Those little Qurans you blasted, David, that's on your head now. That's on your head now.
It's like $400.
Shout out my boy Jay Prince out in Houston, man.
No violence yet, even though they know exactly where I am. Instead, they've been trying to annoy me. Jihadis just aren't what they used to be. They've been doing things like calling animal control over and over again to come check on our dog. We're renting this house. I've never met the owner, but they tracked him down, and they've been calling and harassing him. Lots of weird, stupid stuff like that. And this is in addition to going after God Logic and his wife, doxing Inspiring Philosophy, doxing Chris Claus, Thaddeus, Drake, and so on. The TikTok jihadis are throwing a pretty epic tantrum to start off the new year. Now, my position is that even if I were capable of backing down from these walking clown emojis, I still wouldn't back down from threats and doxing, because the moment I back down from threats and doxing, they'll think they have some great new way of making Christians submit, and they'll just start doing it to Christians everywhere. So I will stand my ground to the death so this doesn't become their standard way of controlling people. But I have to go beyond not backing down, because this has to blow up in their faces. It has to end in disaster for their religion. The consequences of their actions have to be traumatic for their entire community, so that after this batch of TikTok jihadis ends up humiliated and defeated, the consequences will be so traumatic that the Muslim community will police their own. In other words, if someone comes along next year and says, hey, I think I'll start doxing Christians and harassing their wives, the Muslim community will scream, you idiot, how do you not know what happened the last time someone tried this? And it's even more serious than doxing or threatening people. Islam is absolutely obsessed with controlling people outside the religion by any means possible.
Real quick there? The fear I have is that's not going to work. And like I know I've listened to everything David said about this, but the fear I have is that's not going to work, because I think David is being generous in his assumption that these Muslims actually revere the Quran to the extent that he thinks they do. I don't know if
I don't think this Malik guy does. I think other Muslims do.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you just need some knuckleheads that don't.
Yeah, the thing is that, like, when this was done with Muhammad Hijab, it actually stopped. But this Malik guy, I don't think this guy.
Is that my phone? I'm sorry. I was listening to it.
The thing with this Malik guy is that he like claims to be a gangster. Can you text these people?
They're calling me too.
Can you tell them we're live?
I think our family's waiting for us at a restaurant.
No, there's no way they're already there.
Yeah, they're heading out that way. Sep, shalom.
Shalom, Api.
Sep.
Api.
Sep, you don't know how happy I get when you
just said,
come into the chat, Sep. I enjoy your presence.
He called us Api. That's nuts.
Sep, the legend, is in the house. Our future Protestant evangelical believer.
Yeah.
Sep.
Yeah, we're gonna.
In a Muslim country, there will be laws against criticizing Islam or preaching the gospel. Even apart from these laws, if you're a Christian or a Hindu or something else, and you simply annoy or disrespect a Muslim, he'll start screaming, help, help, this person insulted Muhammad, and a mob will form. The goal is to keep non-Muslims in a constant state of fear. That's in Muslim countries. But even in non-Muslim countries, they're constantly trying to figure out ways to gain control. That's why they're trying to get blasphemy laws passed. That's why they want everything halal certified. It's why they block roads to pray. It's all about control. And the moment they figure out a way to take control, lots of people suffer terribly. The most successful tools of Islam in the West have been claiming victim status and crying about Islamophobia. Think about what happened the moment they realized they could control Westerners by pretending to be victims and calling anyone who questions them Islamophobes. Tens of thousands of young British girls were horribly abused by Muslim men who figured out how to control police, social workers, the courts, and so on. You can't give them an inch ever, or lots of people will suffer because you gave them a lever. And so right now they're trying doxing and harassing people with calls and threats and so on to see what works. If anything works, it's going to be their new favorite tactic. Sadly for them, they're trying this stuff on me, and they can saw my head off. I'm not backing down. On the contrary, I responded to their doxing and harassing and threats by feeding my dog bacon-wrapped Quran pages. Bon appetit! And by putting these clowns on trial for their actions and pronouncing judgment on the Quran.
Judge Hammer time has declared that court is in session. Look upon the consequences of your bad decisions. Gaze upon the...
If you stalk women, harass women, dox women, and threaten women, your favorite verses are going to be plastered on a 4x8 board, your fake prophet is going to be painted in pig's blood, your pagan book is going to be nailed to a platter, and the whole mess will be shot, chainsawed, and burned, right here at the Quran Demolition Ranch. And with a short tribute to Salwan Momika, who was brutally murdered 1 year ago today for demonstrating his contempt for the Quran, we put together a nice fire pit full of Qurans, and I took some 151 proof rum and did this.
David,
tomorrow is International Zut Remembrance Day, January 30th, 1:30. Get it? One Muhammad.
This guy just literally came up with a day of remembrance.
He literally created a holiday.
1:30. Zut Remembrance Day.
And 30 men of al-Zut. We've got a special video for that. One white Quran surrounded by 30 black Qurans. The white Quran gets some holes in it. You get the picture. Look at him. The poor fake prophet is all tuckered out. But the men of al-Zut look happy. And that will be followed by our top 100 ways to zut the Quran compilation of videos provided by viewers who, like me, want to teach the Dawah Bros a lesson for doxing people. And this is all phase 1 of teaching these guys to never, ever do this again. But we're doing all of this, and they're promising to kill me, and they're posting videos with pictures of my wife with gunshot sounds, and they're posting pictures of my kids, and they've all got my home address. They know exactly where we are. Now, no one thinks that Malik, the little ringleader of the TikTok jihadis, is going to do anything himself. He's a whiny little coward. But he's trying to instigate and incite other Muslims to come murder me and maybe my wife. And there are definitely some Muslims out there who would be happy to do it. I keep running my mouth anyway because antisocial personality disorder makes dangerous situations fun, and because I just think I'll win. Unless they come with an army, I'll win when they come through the door. 1 jihadi, 2 jihadis, 3 jihadis, 4 jihadis, 5 jihadis. They'll lose that one. They'll just lose. I travel 2 or 3 times per month for speaking or debates, so I figured I could hire security for when I'm gone. Turns out professional security guards are really expensive, which is weird. I grew up in a trailer park in West Virginia, and I know for a fact that to this day, I could walk up to just about any dude in that trailer park and say, here's $50 and a 6-pack of Coors, grab your shotgun and stay on my couch until I get back, and it would be the safest place in the world. Things are different here. These jokers want thousands of dollars. I guess it's because they're putting their lives at risk. So I was going to have to figure out what do I do when I'm traveling. But then I spotted another problem. I headed back to the gym earlier this month. Early last year, I was getting pretty shredded. Then at the beginning of April, I tore something in the back of my shoulder, so I stopped going to the gym to let it heal. Never got back to the gym all year. Gained like 25 pounds or so. It made sense for the...
We saw him gaining 25 pounds in one meal only when he was out with us.
New year to get back to the gym. So I'm in the gym a couple of weeks ago, and then I think, what if they storm through the door now while I'm right down the street? The only people at home are a nurse, my special needs son, Paley, our youngest son, who's 7, and my wife. That wouldn't go well. See, when we think about what other people are going to do, we assume that they have some level of common sense. So if jihadis decide to kill me in my house, we assume they're going to do it while I'm there. The problem with that assumption is that sometimes we're dealing with complete morons. I can't assume they'll storm the house while I'm there. They may be total idiots. And different jihadis would do different things. There are jihadis who would only want to kill me and not target women or children. And there are jihadis who would massacre everyone. So I concluded that we do need to move to a different location so my family isn't in danger. Problem is, we're renting this house and I'm under lease for most of the year. If I move, I'll be paying 2 rents for a while, and I suspect they'll eventually find us again. They won't be doxing anymore after the valuable life lesson we're teaching them now. But as far as finding out where I am and just killing me, that seems like something that could happen. I think it takes a while, maybe a couple of years after you move, to be able to find you through these websites they go to. I might just have to get used to moving every couple of years. Or if one of you out there is rich and you want to buy a house and you own it and your name is on it and I just pay you rent, but my name is never on anything that anyone can look up ever, that would solve some problems. But if I have to move every 2 or 3 years to keep my family safe, that's what I'll do. Still not sure what to do security-wise. I know I can get cameras and a service that monitors the cameras and calls police if there's a break-in. That makes sense if people are breaking in to steal things. I'm not sure how much it would help with jihadis. Seems like if jihadis bust through the door, either I'm going to win pretty quickly or they're going to massacre everyone quickly. But either way, seems like it's going to be over before police arrive. Maybe cameras help with identifying them later. I don't know. Not sure what I want to do as far as security. Might want to have a panic room built so my wife and anyone else can head there while I'm busy wrecking jihadis. Not sure about those details yet, but I do need to move my family somewhere else while I convince the Dawa Bros that doxing people and stalking and harassing and threatening women and targeting people's families will always, always, always lead to mass desecration of their pagan book, and that since they're the ones who are instigating this treatment of their pagan book, they're the ones who are responsible for people around the world disrespecting and degrading their book and their religion. Again, even if they don't care much about their book, some of their fellow Muslims do. And the Muslims who care about their book will make the ones who don't care about their book stop what they're doing. Matter of time, watch what happens. Some people got to learn the hard way, but they will learn. We've been gearing up for other things, major changes and a huge ministry expansion for the past several months. Jai and DOC get here tonight. You should see them in person for the first time ever tomorrow. But since we've been gearing up for other things, I'm not in a good position to be moving and paying rent on 2 houses right now. When the TikTok jihadis started harassing the owner, I was actually hoping he would kick us out so that I wouldn't have this problem, but he didn't. Hasn't said a word. So if you'd like to chip in to help cover the move and the extra rent and whatever security upgrades we decide on, there's a link to a Give, Send, Go in the description. Just so you know, this is going to be a messy year for everyone. Again, when they go into panic mode, they lash out. It's kind of like the instinct of a wounded animal. But this is going to be the worst year for Dawa ever. Just look at how January is going for them and imagine what the rest of the year is going to be like. Chip in if you can. I'll start looking for a different place. I'll get my family moved to a different spot and we'll keep cooking. If you're in the Houston area, hope to see you at DebateCon. And if you're a jihadi planning to slaughter me in the name of Allah, better hurry up and come at me, bro, because I won't be here for long.
So look, the link's been posted. People have been given. People have been giving. The goal was 25K. They've raised 75 already, 74,953. My thing is, I just had this thought, man. I think David should just double down on this and like buy a house somewhere. And there's ways you can do that, I think, where his info's not out there.
Yeah.
Like he can raise, considering what he's raised, he can actually change this and say, guys, if we get another however much, we have enough for a down payment on a house.
I mean, forget down payment, brother. The areas they live, if he can get 200K, he'll just buy a house.
Yeah, again, I don't know what the prices are across the country and stuff, but definitely could buy a house, pay for most of it by just fundraising.
Yeah, and
then I don't know, do it through. I'm sure you can do it through some different names other than his and all that stuff, and then that
what a
way.
crappy world we live in, though.
Yeah,
that somebody has to take these measures to protect his family.
Well, that's the thing is that I'm very sure law enforcement is keeping an eye on this. There's no way law enforcement is not keeping an eye on this. This might get very serious very quickly, where people start getting arrested and stuff. Because there is, like, you can't just go on the internet and say we're gonna like it's very clear. They're saying that guy at least is saying, hey, we're gonna kill you in Houston.
Yeah, with like $300.
Yeah, we're gonna.
By the way, I feel like if you were gonna put a hit on David Wood, he's worth way more than the $200 wad of cash you pulled out.
Yeah, you might need some Qatari money. For that.
You might need a lot more than that. I just pray for David, man.
Yeah, so please, guys,
I pray for him.
Pray for David. Pray for his family. Just safety over them, and that God would embarrass these people.
Yeah,
like even that God would intervene in these situations, and that these jihadis would become Christians through this. That would be some crazy testimonies. Like, hey, we were going at David Wood, and then here's what God did in our lives, and we're believers now.
The problem with stuff like this, before we go, Art, is you can arrest 100 people.
Yeah,
but it just takes one kook to actually
do
the thing. Do something terrible. So keep him in your prayers, everyone.
Yeah. Okay, we do have to go somewhere with our families, guys. So we thought we'd jump on here quickly and talk to you guys about all this, and then we're gonna head out. So, and us Christians have Protestants. God help us. Muslims have jihad, and Israel has. Yeah.
Congress.
Oh, jihad.
Yeah.
Jihad. Learn how to spell jihad properly, man. And Israel has Congress, and us Christians have Protestants.
I don't know. I feel like that's a flex in a way. Like, you got us to back you. I'll take that.
Hey,
Sep, I'm
true.
taking that.
That's
Sep.
true. Hey, I know. Hey, you're welcome. By the way,
He also told us he loves us up there. So you know what? I'll take that as.
Yeah, I know, but it's funny that what he was trying to say didn't go the way he wanted it to go.
Or maybe he did. Maybe he's giving us subtle hints.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's giving us a subtle hint that he's becoming a Protestant.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome, man. We will defend Christianity and evangelize the world, as Protestants have been known to do. With all that said, God bless you guys, and we will see you later.
Peace.